What's going on YouTube? It's Luca back with another video. I want to say another video, I mean 8 months later, another video. Yeah, don't ask where I've been. All 100,000 of you, yeah right, about 10 of you, I don't know. But anyway, I want to bring up and confront an interesting point that I have recurringly nag at me, you know, as who I am as a person, as how I live my life, and how I treat other people. Now, I know our environment reflects who we are quite heavily, and I know that when it comes to it, the societies that we've built aren't fit for everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean a lot of people. But those people which are a lot, are swept under the rug because of, you know, coverage of things that we see online, media, etc., etc. So, you know, there's growing communities, ever increasing in size. However, there is still lack of like acknowledgement for the fact that, you know, we have this problem unaddressed in society that is affecting people's lives greatly. Yeah, that doesn't affect my life at all. No way. I get plenty of peace and quiet around here, you know, next to Heathrow Airport. I love it. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to, first I wanted to say to the people who are watching who feel this, like they feel a bit inconformist, and they don't like the way things are structured and how people are told that they should live their life, basically social programming. You know, work this job to keep your head just above water so that you can survive and pay your bills and pay for your electricity and petrol for your car, you know. And then we have people like, you know, what I realize is the people who have been elected in the past to as presidential or prime minister candidates, they are a direct reflection of how seriously we take, you know, priorities in society. The fact that someone like Donald Trump or Joe Biden or Boris Johnson or Jair Bolsonaro, the fact that these people actually managed to get that level of strength and power socially and economically and globally is a direct reflection of, you know, our society as a whole. And I know this weighs a lot of people down, because it weighs me down, because I'm just a 20-year-old guy in London, sort of alone on this journey. You know, we're all alone here, but you wouldn't feel as alone if even if when you explain to people very thoroughly, you know, waking them up, or in an attempt to wake them up, you don't get so frustrated because they just don't get it. They're not aware of it. They don't even want to help themselves. They're complacent. They're happy with like sort of suffering their way through life, even though the magic and the uniqueness and the vastness of our existence is just being sucked out of us by trivial, banal exchanges and day-to-day activities. I don't understand why people aren't aware of this. Like, we have a beautiful life and existence, and we're told that we have to work for the next person and make them money while we can make scraps and keep our head above water. Now, don't get me wrong, I come from a very privileged background. I have my parents together who worked honest jobs all their lives and worked bloody hard to get where they are now, so I can have luxuries in my life. But for the vast majority of people, including me, I feel this way anyway, because I don't believe people should be just sacrificing year after year of their life to certain, you know, job fulfilling tasks. You know, a job. Oh, I have a job in society. Oh yay, I have a job. Oh, I work in a fucking supermarket. Yay. Oh, I worked here. I get it. It's great, and people need to be doing these things. But at the same time, we have lost the element of mystery in our life. We forget that we are actually just unique, one living organism that gets one flash of light shine on this life that we have as individuals. We all share the same life, as in we all experience this different things in a very unique way, but we all have the mystery of life around us, the mystery of everything. I know everyone doesn't always see it this way, but also because you've never been made aware of it by society, or you've never maybe found out for yourself, or maybe it's literally been sucked out of you, like I said, by continuously being bombarded with stressful activity that doesn't give you any time to actually critically think. So I know a lot of people think about this type of stuff because, you know, lockdown gave a lot of people time to think and clear their heads and clear a space in their life where, you know, more holistic and spiritual activity can take place. But I still believe, now that we've sort of gone back to normality, people are slipping back into that routine of dun, 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 8-hour day, 9-hour day, 3 hours until the next day, until I go to sleep and wake up for the next day, another day, another day. It's just like, man, I get it, I understand it, because I've done it myself, and I know everybody around me does it. But again, at the same time, you know, leisure society is obviously shunned upon, because to be lounging around or to be enjoying nature, just sitting on the grass and looking out or writing or reading, is shunned upon, because if you're not being productive constantly, you are not being productive constantly, which is sincerely a negative thing seen by everybody in society. Like all this red pill stuff, I used to indulge in that stuff so much, and now what I realize is it sort of programs you to you should always keep moving, always have a direction, always keep pushing forward and striving for more and greatness. But at the same time, this work culture and this sort of working for meaningless stuff is like for consumerist reasons, etc. It's just it's because we're told we need to consume and we need material. That means firstly it's an unsustainable practice, because there's only a certain amount of material on earth that can provide us these things, one after the other. Like if you look at how much stuff you have in your room, how all the books, all the clothes, all the stuff, all the wood, all the furniture, and all your bits and bobs, that's unsustainable for millions and billions of people to have that. So as that is unsustainable, it's obviously built of immoral. It's built immorally. It's built in a way where it's not necessarily teaching us the truth that we should know, which is you should be happy. We are enough as it is. We don't need 5 to 10 pairs of shoes. We don't need all this jewelry. We don't need followers. We don't need social media followers. We don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Get that out of your mind. Just like those things were put in our mind, they should have never been there in the first place. And someone deep down, we know corruption goes in so many different levels. The guy down at your local coffee shop might be charging people a little extra for this, might be doing that, might be putting water instead of milk, stuff like this. In your local supermarket, they're selling sell-by dates lower than what they should be. You know, this is like really low-level corruption. I don't think it is, but you know. And then there's like you have really important subjects like politics and global economics, and I don't really like economics, but I mean like things like climate change that are not being taken as seriously as they really should. You know, it's funny that the level of corruption doesn't really change, but the severity of the situation always changes. Like the amount of it's incredible to me. So I just want to make this video to sort of awaken something maybe in you. If not, you already are awake to the fact that how we live makes us discontent, etc. So I just want to make that clear.